Hello, D A Damson. Another Monday, another painting, and today I'm going to show you how I paint pets. And this is one of my paintings. It's a little French bulldog, purple bulldog, and I'm gonna pour really fast the paint, and then we're gonna start painting, and I'll show you and I will talk about what to do and not to do and how to make this colorful painting make sense. And you will find all the colors that I'll be using and materials in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, thumbs up. All right, let's start. What I'm going to be using is an angle flat brush and two different round brushes, a little smaller, a little bit bigger. Maybe I'm going to get to the point to use a tiny round brush for maybe around the eyes and little details. And that's it. My colors, there they are, every color you can possibly imagine. So you can really pour any color you want, whatever makes you happy. So this is one of those videos that color, it's really up to you. You're the boss. I'm gonna put this away. The most important things in an animal is the eyes and the nose. Once we place those, we can easily sketch everything else around and use the eyes, the distance between the eyes, to see what will be the distance up to the top of the head, then to the sides, how many times is that distance fits between the two eyes. And since we're having a pretty good triangle here, from that triangle we can figure out where everything is located and how far, because we have a distance. So we have A and B, the two eyes, and a C. So we have all those points to tell us where everything else is located. And if we simplify a pet portrait, what do we have? We have a semi-oval or circle with a beautiful drop or heart. Then we have the nose on the bottom part. So if I flip it upside down, there is the beautiful heart. There is the nose, almost like a heart. So, and then you have two ears. Most of the times ears are triangles. And then we have a trapezoid for kind of a body. And obviously, you know, you don't want to make really sharp edges unless they have those sharp corners, then do that. But keep them a little softer, and that's gonna help. So let's see, if I want the dog to pop a lot more, I can do a darker color, but on this one I did backwards. I had a darker color for the pet and a lighter color for the background. But did you see this lighter spot right here on the forehead where it's like our eyes is just being drawn right there? And my friend Christy Lynch wrote a little poem about the dog all around it, which is so cool. So it's a pretty cool gift. And let's start. So the first thing I'm gonna do is the background. I still have not decided what I'm doing for the background, so we're just gonna go for it, because guess what? If we don't like it, we can always change it. I'm gonna start with the blue, and like always, I grab few colors. I am grabbing the dark blue, the light blue, and the green. And like again I said, I will let you know what paints I'm using. I'm moving my brush in X's, kind of wiping it, getting close to the pet. And here is where the paint, we have tons of paint, so a lot more darker. I'm gonna grab some more paint again. And I love when I'm mixing greens and blues together. Yeah, that's where the turquoise is coming. A little bit of water is just gonna help that paint flow. You can use mediums. Perfect. Okay, so I will go to a smaller brush, and the first thing I'm gonna do is place my most important objects on the painting, the eyes and the nose. And I will use black, and when I'm painting normal paintings, black always gets mixed with something else. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. Now, if you notice, I'm using a super cheapy palette, and I love those palettes because when I'm at home, sometimes I put them in a plastic Ziploc bag and save my paint if I want to paint a little later. Also, they come with a lid, which I try to use, but I think I'm not very good because I'm overpiling the paint. How to clean those is super easy. You leave them outside on the sun to bake, and when they're completely dry, you just peel them off. If there's something left, then you can just leave it in water and pretty much rub it off. Don't use anything that you're using for food, like your sponges and stuff. So what am I doing? I'm putting the makeup on the eyes. I outline them. Next part, I am going to do the iris. And I'm not being super careful because if you look at here, there is no line that it's perfect. And that's pretty much the beautiful thing about painting. That painting is, you can be a little sloppy. You can use that word. Just can be more aggressive with whatever you're doing. I love painting like that. It's so much fun. It's explosion. It's like fireworks to me. Okay, so there, we're gonna add the nostrils, the bottom of the nose, and a lot of times I will keep the nose kind of in dark colors. Here's where I'm gonna go a little blue and a little more bluish on the top. Obviously, the blue is not the natural color of the nose. I'm gonna do a little white, so I'm gonna emphasize, and again, I'm playing with the light. Doesn't matter if I'm using rainbow colors or black and white only, or whatever it is, whatever color I'm using, I will always add my shadows, try to add them in the right places. And I'm gonna try to add my highlights. So, there is the nose. I'll take a little more blue, and I am leaving chunks of paint on this. That's kind of the fun part. There is my nose, there is my eyes. A lot of times also the eyes, I will try to make them more dramatic. So I'm gonna use green and yellow, more yellow, and create that greenish blue eye and see what happens. So when I am doing what is the eyeball? It's a circle, so it's going to have, and you see how I made the letter C again. I am going, if you watch the video with the grapes, you will see the same thing, the letter C, because we're dealing with an object that it's circular or globe. So I want to create that illusion again of being a globe. So I'm gonna get the darker blue, and I am going to start from the opposite side and kind of gently blend it in. So the top of the eye is going to get a little more shadow, not so much the bottom. I'm going to take a little more yellow. And the eye is something that I will touch up on the end one more time. Let's close these gaps here. And the reason why is because when the canvas is white, those eyes and the nose stand out so much. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm not getting out of frame. They stand out so much, but once we add all the colors, all of a sudden the eyes and the nose seem like on the background. They disappear a little bit. So this is something I'll start with, but also I'm gonna end with. Okay, so a little bit of an outline, so I don't want to lose my parts. What do I have? I have very strong jaw here. Really fast brush strokes, almost ziggity zag. Not perfect, not trying to be perfect. I gave a little bit of a line for the front of the snout. I'm gonna get in here. There is another one. So do you see him kind of balancing it in a way with my black? I'm creating the element of the head just by adding those lines here, not connecting everything. So make sure you're not perfect. If you're perfect, break that perfect strike or streak. Gonna do the same here. Gonna use even a little bit of water. You can do it super quick. So why did I want it a little bit to emphasize on the face? I don't want to lose it, because once you start dealing with all the colors, do you see that blackish right around the head? I'm pushing the head away from the body. So this is what I'm trying to do. And also, do you see that black here? It's balancing that black. So even though it looks like a cacophony of colors, it's a little bit planned. Shadows, I'm going to go in the shadows. So what we have here is a ear and one more ear. So a little bit like this is the whole little bit bigger area that I'm gonna cover, and then I'm just making my weird looking triangle. All right, so let's see. Let's get with the pink, and I'm gonna add a little bit of pink here. So what happens with the pink and the blue? It'll get a little purplish looking. Now I'm gonna get my aqua and get with that. Now I have to separate the area, the nose, the nostril, the snout, with the back of the head, because one area is sticking more than the other. Okay, so let's add a little bit of red right here. I'm gonna stay away with the red from the mouth. Now I can add it to the tongue, but I'm not gonna make the nostril and the snout red. Okay, so I'm gonna do darker color for the spot around the eye. So, and you're gonna see how that's gonna make the eyes completely kind of blend and disappear. So this is the part where I'm like, yep, definitely going on the end and emphasizing on the eyes again. And this is why I didn't go in so much detail into putting the super shadows and super highlights with my paint. Okay. Heavy colors under the neck, so shadows again. Okay, I feel like I want some other colors. Let's look at this. I'm gonna just add some of that beautiful brownish, beigey, and this is black. Let's put more brown. I'm gonna get the big brush because that's a lot more fun. Okay, so another bigger round brush. I am going to give a little light. Why I'm making this part lighter, it's closer to me, even though it's not the right colors. Just the fact that I'm using lighter colors, it will put it in the right perspective, in the right place. And darker right here, so let's get even darker color. Okay. Let's get this brown in here. Do not wash my brush because that's just gonna give me another beautiful blue color, and I can go around here and play with it. And you see how I'm gonna leave tons of paint on my canvas. So the squares, the cheekbones, so on the top they are sticking out, but on the bottom they're hiding a little bit under. So that's another area where I'm gonna add a darker color. There's that beautiful color. And if I don't like a color, if I think it's a little bit too much, I'm gonna take away from it. And that's how it goes. Let's wash that brush. Gonna add a little bit of yellow here. Because yellow and blue can be green again. Still white, so I have plenty of darkness under the chin. Now the next part is the chest, and I want to push that a little bit forward too. I want to make this doggy proud. I'm gonna take some of that beautiful color. And whatever part is disappearing into the background, I will add color depending on where it is. And let's get a little bit of brown. And it's beautiful ochre. You see how I changed my mind, and it's totally okay. It's just like writing a story. You can start somewhere and end up someplace else. Okay. tongue out, and I'm gonna make it pinkish just because. So I'm gonna add my white right here on the tip and a little bit in the middle, and I'm gonna wipe my brush. I didn't even wash it. I'm gonna start from the top at the red, and since my white is still wet, it's going to blend in beautifully. Then I'm gonna take the brown, darken the top of the red, top of the tongue, because it's under the top lips, so they're casting a shadow. Let's get a little bit of that right here. Okay, so the ear here, not happy 100%. Let's fix that. Add a little bit of different colors. I'm gonna use the tip of the brush and give it a little bit of an outline. If I do it with black, because this is the background is so dark, it will disappear, but since I have the power to use white, I will use the white. Now let's go to the baby brush again, and again the eyes are in a shadow, so I might go in. I'm using a watered down white, and I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna just emphasize on what's missing, the lines around the eyes. Also, I'm gonna add a little bit of that here. And since my eyes are dry, the paint inside the eyes that I painted is dry, I'm gonna add a little bit more of yellow to it. And that's gonna make it stand out. Take a little bit of the white with the yellow, and sometimes when you have a color that it's transparent, adding tiny bit yellow white to it will help you. Okay, making sure it's not gonna drip on me because I want to add that speck of white. And then now I did outline them with white, and now I'm gonna add dark, which is black, not pure black, but it's black. And again, I'm not quite outlining, I'm just adding color only to the places that need it. Not gonna go everywhere with this. All right, do you see how the snouts, they're standing out more just by me adding few little brush strokes? Same's gonna happen to the nose. Same is gonna happen to the ears. I added my light, adding my shadow. Let's do the snout again. Beautiful dog. border where my white is, I'm gonna add a little bit of the black, just in a few areas. Now it's punched out. Let's see it. It looks a little dark to me, so that's what happens sometimes. So I'm gonna take my light white and light blue, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a little bit of a lighter color into it. I'm gonna take the dark 2 with the green and break it down. Let's get some of those beautiful colors. Let's get the dark color now. So I'm not trying to take everything away, I'm just changing slightly to get the effect I want. Okay, let's get close here. Let's go back to the nose just for a second and make sure my paint is not going to drip on me, and go a little bit heavy with the highlights. Right on top of the nose, I added one more color, then I'm gonna add a little bit of that on the tongue, and now that stands out. A little bit of that blue, the border between the eyes, because people have beautiful, beautiful eyes. Put that in. I just felt like this line needed to be broken down a little bit, so that's what I did. And since I used that color right here in the eye area, I'm gonna wipe my brush in a few different places, spaces. So I'm calling this marrying the picture, so it doesn't look like I fixed something in one area. It just looks like that paint is present everywhere, and me, the artist, planned everything. And this is how we do a rainbow or a colorful dog, and it's going to be signed. D A Damson. And again, if you want to check the paintings that I do, go to Daniela Damson 72. I'll post all those links underneath the video. Thanks for watching. And here's our big boy.